Tanong po kay, nandito ba si Sir Dindo? I think online po ba kayo, sir? Yes, Sir Dindo, naririnig niyo po ba kami?
Yes po, Madam Chair. I'm
Okay,
here.
salamat sir. Hello po. Ilang mga tanong lamang po sa inyo or meron po ba kayong maikling mensaheng gustong ibigay sa aming komite? Although baka Sir Dindo, dahil bigay na po kayo ng testimonya nung naunang hearing, maaari 2 follow-up questions mula sa akin sa ngayon.
Sige po.
Salamat po, Sir Dindo. Ganong kalawak na phenomenon yung marriage fraud? Common practice po ba yon sa loob ng kingdom?
Opo, Madam Chair. Magandang hapon po pala. Good afternoon, everyone, especially Madam Chair, and also the other senators that are also doing online, and even for all the guests that is present in your forum right now. Yes, I think it's really widely practiced because it's from Toronto, Canada to Vancouver. So meaning to say it's from the East Coast to the West Coast. And as I understand that it is happening from different cities also, including Alberta, Canada, and some other areas by which they execute this kind of sham marriages. Yeah. And Madam Chair, if you don't mind, I have some actually slides that I want to share. These are really important to really sum up also with some of the issues that has been shared by some of our other witnesses and also the General Torre that also is investigating. And I can show you some slides if you may. I would like to share this. Now, I would like us to know that nothing happens.
I think, Sir Dindo, yung presentation nyo kaugnay din ng money laundering, ano po? So, please do proceed with your slides. Sige po, you have the floor.
Thank you so much, Madam. And I just would like us to know that the leadership chart of KOJC, nothing happens in KOJC without the knowledge of ACQ, which is Apollo Quiboloy. So down to his board of administrators, to his coordinators and ministers, and then he deselected leaders among these groups all over Canada to mend those human trafficking that are brought in different places of all Canada. So it really begins when he has a King is Coming tour. When they come to Canada, he brings like almost 125 to 150 full-time miracle workers, which includes pulpit workers, concert singers. Those are also who are setting up crew for his live telecast. And these people, they remain in Canada or in USA to do fundraising and solicitation in all of Canada. So caroling, solicit person to person, from malls, business to business, parking lots, residential and care homes, using CGF as soliciting organization, raising funds, capitalizing the marginalized children whenever there is earthquake, also on typhoons. They also use such a operation.
Kayo
so
po yung nasa photos kanina, ano po, Sir Dindo?
Yes, I am the one doing this fundraising because I really was, I believe on Pastor Apollo Quiboloy when I was converted. I have given my whole heart, whole full sincerity to support his mission. And that is the reason why I left my 65,000 yearly income to a 1,000 month income when I lead his CGF Foundation in Canada, because I am the executive director of CGF Canada since 2016. And so, if you can see all the slides, these are my children that was supposed to be with him, and they are being sent to Manila to do fundraising. As you see all of these names and also some of the slides, those are my sons and my daughters who are being involved in all of these practices. And also, those are the pictures. Another one also, what accommodation they will provide them. Can you show these are the provisions of the sleeping places where the kids are really. I do not know if that is life that were there you are seeing there. And then the next slides. And also here, my son, who is also a minor, is also used by SMNI to do all of this what is this kind of job in the filming industry. Now, I would like us to also know that the moment that they collected money, the following day, when they collect money, I am one of the person that they will ask to send money. And if you can see in the screen, I sent money to Teresita Dandan. This is
Sir
209,500.
Dindo, yung
Another
pangalang
person-
yun, there
Yes.
was also sa testimony kanina ni Ate Gingging, ni Miss Teresita, meron din siyang binanggit na Tessie Dandan. So maybe this is the same person.
Yes, Madam Chair, she is the same person. She is one of the board of administrator assigned in the USA. Okay, and then
please
the
proceed,
next,
Sir Dindo.
yeah, and then the next here is we have Dana Margina. There is also another person named Ingrid Canada, which is, I believe, she is in the forum right now. Ingrid Canada, Bringas Mabel, and also there's another one. Pomikpik is the name, Marlene Pomikpik. I also send all this this money. What happened is when the money is collected for the whole night, which full-time workers in the streets, they come home almost early morning just to meet their quota, and then when they arrive, they will be counting the money, and then the people in the treasury department, they're going to ask someone from the members or full-time workers to send it to the Philippines right away without documentation from the CRA, which is Canada Revenue Canada, without any record that is kept here, so that it will be a tax or whatever things that the government wants to know how the Children's Joy Foundation is operating, and also the KOJC is operating. Now, I am one of the victim of his sham marriage. That's the reason why my children were already grown up when I brought them to Canada. But I thank God I rescued them from Davao, and they were released from Davao, and I was able to brought them here in Canada. I was asked to marry Maria Noraline Barrientos because her visa is expiring. And that my children I asked the minister, Dandy Cabahog, to bring my children to Davao, because I thought that they will be properly, and I can see that they have nurtured them, teaching them how to play music and everything, but I was not aware that they were being trafficked, child trafficking to many parts in Manila, and also in many parts of Davao and Mindanao. And so I got married to this person, and then I filed a divorce after those few years. And
Sir
here
Dindo,
in Canada, I
yung
want to
ganitong-
mention this.
Oh, Sir Dindo, yung ganitong klaseng
Yes, madam,
operations ng marriage fraud, ongoing pa ba sila?
I cannot say yes because I have been away from them since 2019. But since, this has been a modus operandi of KOJC, not only in Canada, USA, Brazil, and even in the different parts of the country, of the world, by which they want a worker from Davao to have a permanent status so that their existence there will continue to perpetuate. That's the recent thing. And I just want to mention this, Madam Chair. The administrator here in Canada, which is the sister of Ingrid Canada, Mariteur Canada, is also one of a sham marriage here. So get married to one of the worker. One also is Elizabeth Carrion is also one, because he was a previous board of administrator here in Canada. And Ferdinand Cabahog, which is Dandy Cabahog in the schematic plan from the police. Jeremiah Carrion, Marvin Reynes, Arlen Rillion, Zar Buenafe, Beric Nana, and many, many more names that I can give to you to prove to the fact that these sham marriages are really happening. And as I told you, I am one of the victim of this scheme. Another thing also that I want to add is that Rose Di Magnaong appointed me as she's the in charge of the of the CGF Philippines, and also in Canada and Australia and Nepal and Hong Kong, which is not really registered. CGF is not even registered there. But the head of all the operations is still ACQ, which is Apollo Quiboloy, who controls the withdrawals of funds, particularly from CGF Canada bank accounts, of which funds were used not for children's benefit, but the benefit of certain personalities and KOJC Canada Church's operations. In 2016, Rose de Magnaong hired me to assist with the possible rebooking of their license by the CRA. Reason for that, because there has been a report of misappropriation of funds, which I tried to justify to the CRA. But I want us, this forum, to know that in KOJC, telling lies and cover up of KOJC is a normal part of their culture from the very beginning. That is how they groom lies and cover up. Some of these full-time miracle workers who are in the streets for more than 12 to 16 hours soliciting to pay off luxurious cars and mansions, which I'm a witness of the mansions being owned here, instead of feeding hungry, destitute children in the Philippines.
Thank you very
These
much.
are the reasons why.
Yes, Sir Dindo. Meron pa
These
po
are
sa
the reasons
presentation
why-
nyo.
I will be closing now,
Yes,
Madam.
please
But these
proceed.
are the reasons why the CGF was closed. Can I continue, Madam?
Yes, please do.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much, Madam Chair. Failure to devote resources to charitable activities. That's the reason why CGF, that's number one, why they were closed here. Number two, failure to be constituted for exclusively charitable purposes. Number three, failure to issue receipts in accordance with the Act of and its regulations. Because here in Canada, every donations requires a receipt so they can present it to the CRA for tax deductions. Failure to maintain adequate books and records. Because the reason why I left, because I cannot justify all of the expenses, including sending 60,000 just to pay off fuel for a jet. Which I said, this is not for children's purposes, but this is for personal purposes of whoever. For the proof of the file can be found in the internet. Now, I want us to understand that ECQ controls CGF Canada through his administrator, Maritio Canada, who does all the instruction of withdrawals from CGF bank accounts, especially the 60,000 that I already mentioned. Now, this is not only 60,000, Madam Chair. This is millions of dollars being collected from September to February, that is the month of blessing, aside from January to December, which is 365 days of money laundering, collecting the money from the Canadian public. Instead of giving it to the hungry people in the Philippines, they use it and send it right away to the accounts aforementioned in my presentation. So whenever ECQ full-time workers reported to the police for any abuses such as rudeness, and they have some human rights violation, like one of the full-time worker, tried to entice a mentally challenged boy, and she even went to the bank machine, insert the bank machine of that boy, and then collected money, more than $500 from that boy. And she's been like at large now, but the police has been looking for her, but they send her to Australia. And that is how this operation is happening. When you are not allowed to work on a certain country, they will send you to some other countries. Like I was in Australia because I was the one who assigned to open CGF in Australia. But they are now under investigation, so much so here in Canada. Now,
Thank you.
I want
meron
to
pa po ba,
close
Sir
this.
Dindo?
Yes, I'm closing now,
Yes,
Madam.
please.
This
Thank
will be
you.
the last. The last. I left this organization after I have seen all of these lies and financial manipulation that includes my mother, Andrea Garcia Larson, who is not rich, but have given ACQ almost 3 million pesos because she believes on him as her sacrifice offering, not minding she has no more money for her retirement. She died with COVID in 2022. I sent an info to Rose de Magnaong that my mother died. I never have received any sympathy from them. And aside from that, the same year, when my mother gave this money to Apollo Quiboloy, my children were taken off from the scholarship of his institution, which is Jose Maria College, which I really feel bad as a father who has been working for him and working for his ministry with all my whole heart, because I give my heart to his ministry, and I was treated like this. I feel bad that when my mother died, they just did not even, they just ignore. His doctrine are deceitful claims, a blasphemy to the Son of God. But may I speak to Pastor Apollo Quiboloy, Madam Chair, if you allow me?
Sir Dindo, I would allow that sa parehong paraan kay Miss Yulia kanina through the chair, kaya lang medyo ginigipit na po tayo sa oras. But if you would like to put your message to Quiboloy in writing, pwede po naming itanong sa korte if they will allow it to be sent to him, kung maari po, Sir Dindo.
Yes, ma'am.
Salamat po.
Thank you so much.
Salamat. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Sa
Thank you so much.
pag-participate
Thank you so much for this
sa ating
courage.
hearing. Thank you so much, Sir Dindo. I'm sorry about your mother, but I hope na kayo na mga anak mo, you're really rehabilitating your life together now. Salamat po, Sir.